Hi. So, delirium. Let's begin. For those of you who want to read the book, I recommend you don't watch this because I will spoil a lot of things. Now, let's start. So, delirium. First thing is the story. What is it? It begins with this world that the author built, and this world is similar to 1984 mixed in with a brave new world, where the government has decided that love is actually a disease. Interesting premise. And because of that, they found a cure for love. And the people in this world believe that love is a disease. The government brainwashed them all to believe so, and the symptoms of love, when you find a beautiful girl or a boy and you walk to them and you're nervous, you have like butterflies everywhere and you're just sweaty and all that stuff, and you feel like, I don't know what to say. I mean, you're so gorgeous. And they believe that this is actually the symptoms of the disease, and it caused you to be irrational, be crazy, and even murder or kill. Hence, Romeo and Juliet. Those kids were crazy. Anyhow, so then we go to the main character. This girl, she's 17, about to become 18, and ready for her transformation to become once and for all free from this disease that has killed her mother. And her mother is a woman that they tried the cure for. And apparently sometimes it doesn't work, and sometimes it might cause them to be violent or have zero empathy for their kids. They might even kill their kids, or harm them, or neglect them to the point they die. That's crazy. And then she goes to this assessment place so they can find out which class she might be in, which college, if she needs to go to college even, and if she goes to college, which major she will have. Basically, the government rules everything around them. And it is interesting, especially her friend, Hannah. Her friend is more free. She's more upbeat. She likes to try things. She is daring. She wants to push this boundary that the world has set in. The main character itself, no. She is 100% for the regime. She does not want to change it, and thus we have the idea of the book. Then one sunny day, they decide to take a run because the main character's favorite thing to do is to run for some reason. I mean, I run sometimes, and I gotta say, it's not that good. I mean, you get tired and dizzy, and you see Grandma. I mean, why is she there? I mean, I saw you, Grandma. I can't. Anyhow, and then she finds a boy. Yes, the main character finds a boy. Anyhow, then the character finds out that this boy is a guard, a watcher, you could say, from 1980, whatever. And then she decides, this is scary. He might even kidnap us or take us prisoners or do harmful things to us. And she should be afraid because the world seems very dangerous and very effed up in all kinds of ways. So she meets him another time and then another time, and they get to talking, like all romantic comedies do. He's from another world, she's from another world. And then she brings up this invalid, these people who are outside the perimeter of the city. They choose to live with love, with this disease. And the character makes it seem like love is actually a disease, a disgusting thing. And I can give it credit for that. It really convinced you of the psychological brainwashing, you could say. After that, she finds out that, ta-da, he's an invalid. I mean, you could see that coming a mile away. I mean, it wasn't really a surprise to me. I mean, everyone. Yeah, so he's the bad guy. And it was like when you find like a character in a movie named Dr. Stein or Dr. Evil or something, or E-Val. You know, it's like, yeah, so you're the bad guy. What? What gave you that idea? I mean, your name, your character, demeanor, I mean, you're bald. I mean, come on. I'm not. Come on. I am not. Okay. Okay, I might be wrong. I will destroy the universe. Gotcha. And it's very clear from the beginning. Now, things happen. She wants to get as far away from this boy because she doesn't want to get sick. Because it is a sickness after all. And it's like the cooties. You don't want to catch them. Felt like that. After a while, she goes out with Hannah at her house. She's very rich, you know. You know, she got that bit. If you know, you know. Anyhow, she's in her friend's house, and then she sits down, she gets to talking with her, and then the friend, Hannah, says, I got some new ish right here. She says, what do you mean? You know, there's this dark internet, and you can get music and movies from it. And listen to this, and she pops on a metal song, I'm guessing because the violent songs and everything. It could be like soft rap or something. Because in their world, like anything that isn't cleared with the government is considered raw. But, you know, it is what it is. So she pops on this song, she's like, I want to experience this music. But the main character is like, no, I don't, and you need to get your ish together because you're going crazy, you know? And it's very frustrating through the first half of the book with this character. Then you get to the second half where she goes, the friend Hannah, goes in a party, a rave you could say, in this middle of nowhere place under the barn where boys and girls together. Oh my god. And it's very, okay, they're together. You would think like this is a start of rebellion, this is something that might invoke something, but more like a curiosity. It's kind of like if you went to a BDSM party. Not that I went there. What up, Henry? Anyhow, if you went there, you would be like, what in the actual living ducklings in this BI? You know what I mean? So it kind of, that's her reaction at first. She meets the boy there. Coincidence? No. Because. And she finds out that her friend is there, she's drinking, having fun, you know, party stuff. Then, all of a sudden, the cops come in, and they burst through the door, with dogs set to kill. People running, trembling over each other. The fear cave in. I can't breathe, I must run. People on the floor, oh God. What have we done as humanity? And that's it. They hide out and everything is cool. We don't really get to know what happened with Hannah in that moment exactly, but she makes it out okay. Then afterwards, she gets to know the boy more, you know, she gets to open up with him. He opens up a little bit, although you would wonder, like, why would you open up? I mean, you seem like this is a scary place, and she is very reluctant, you know? She could be just like, ah, so you're an invalid. Okay, okay. 911? Yeah. By the way, they monitor everything. Again, 1984. After that, they get together, they meet, it's very romancy stuff. They kill the dogs, kind of sad, and you know, but I'm heartless, so I really couldn't care less. I really was sad, because like, oh, not the puppy, kill the human, not the puppy. Then after that, she decides to, the book is very slow paced. I'm talking about inching its way into a climax that goes blech. Then her mother finds out that. Then she finds out that her mother is still alive. They go to this crypt, which is kind of like Guantanamo Bay for people with feelings. Anyhow, after that, she finds out that the mother is still alive. She made it out because the power of love. Yes. Yeah, it's ridiculous. After that, I really can't remember. As soon as I finished the book, I forgotten like most of it. It was a lot of fillers. Nothing really stand out. Like, oh, this is actually interesting. No, it was just like, can we get to end? Thank you. And in the end, she decides to run away with him and live in the wilderness, as they should, like animals. But she says goodbye before she leaves to her sister, who've taken this procedure. And the sister is unfeeling. Really like plain big sister stuff. And that's about it. And if you want me to ruin the very end of the book, and if you just watch this, like, I didn't really spoil too much, but this would be a very spoiler. So, this is your last chance. The guy died. Oh no! The guy that we barely even had a connection with died. How could I sleep at night? I could, very easily. See that bed? See that bed? It's very comfortable. Memory foam out here. You know we get stacks? No, we don't. We barely get pennies, man. And that's it. That's the book. Now, why did I hate it? It seems like it has a very interesting plot. It seems like it has very interesting characters. But it didn't. I was drawn in by the story. I was drawn in by the concept that love is a disease. I thought this could be something very interesting. This could be something wow. But it ended up being okay. Less than okay. It was just throughout the book. A lot of, are you serious now? Now, the main character and her faults. The main character seemed one-dimensional. Didn't really seem depth, didn't see to have any understanding of love, which the book is around that subject. So you'd think it would be focused a little bit. It's not. The side character, Hannah, I was more interested than the main character, which as a reader, you shouldn't be. Like, if I'm watching Batman, I don't want to focus on Robin. I want to watch Batman. Be Batman, you know, take down the Joker, you know, say, I'm Batman, in that voice that kinda is weird. Like, are you okay, man? You need some, like, lemonade and honey, just warm to give that soothing thing. Anyhow, it didn't give me that. It just gave me focus on Robin, and I was more interested in Robin than Batman. And you really don't want that in a book or a story in general. So, what went wrong with the story? The story was unfocused, simplified, and all in all, in and out. Like, the fear that the author tried to build around this book, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel this terror around every decision. It felt like just regular. I didn't feel like this overwhelming tension, you know? Like, this is gonna end up very bad. Most of the actions that you would think would get her into a big trouble actually goes on like, it was okay. It was nothing. It wasn't that big of a deal. And you don't want that. You want real tension. You want to feel like you're being watched everywhere. And this book kind of hinted on that, but there's a lot of ways around it. Simplification. That's one other thing that I didn't like. That the answer to the question is love. Yes, it's love. That pisses me off. That really does. I mean, like, really? Love, really? Huh. Not psychology, not the understanding of human behavior, not biology and how it works and coexists with human behavior and all that stuff. This book could have expanded on great ideas, but it focused it on a very mild story. It had a very interesting premise, but it didn't really follow with the interest of it all. And the whole idea of love was a disease really drew me in, but it didn't explain why people agreed for it. The book gave this explanation. At first there was a lot of wars and destruction. People found out that love is a disease, and because of that, they've decided to make a cure. People at first were hesitant, but they agreed. Really? Like really? Any normal human being, if I walked up to you and said, hey, do you want me to lobotomize you and make you obedient? You would probably say, get away from me before I kill you. You know? But no, the explanation was like, the people were like, so you're telling me I can be lobotomized? Where is the start of this line? I mean, I need to be the first one. Okay, that seems weird. Like really weird. Like what the actual F is going on here? And it's very simplified. Throughout the book, I didn't feel interested in any character. I was halfway through the book, I was like, fine, come on guys, somebody catch this mother. No, so I don't make this video longer than it is because it's very long, and I had to rant about this because it really bothered me, because it really had an interesting premise, interesting idea, and I never heard of it before in this way, that it is a disease, that it is sickness, that it is all of this. It really disappointed me. That was the big thing. It could have been better than this. And I can imagine many people doing it amazing way than this did. And it just felt like a great idea that was spoiled for others. That's the whole thing that I felt about. A lot of reviews that I saw on YouTube about this book were very positive. And you have all the rights to feel the way you feel. I'm not trying to tell you that this is a very unique thing and I am right and you are wrong. No. Everyone has their own opinion. But I can tell you this. This idea and this premise about love, about how it's forbidden, about this world building, I've seen it being done way better. Way better than this. And I can give you recommendations for books that really tackled this subject in a very interesting way. And really tackled a world building that is just amazing. Book number 1 is A Brave New World. I highly recommend you read it. Book number 2 is 1984 by George Orwell. Beautifully done. Beautifully done book. Now, why did I say the negative? Because I feel like this could have been, in conclusion, you want to take this review at heart, good. If you don't, you should read the book. I'm not trying to tell you don't read the book. You could read the book. But I'm pointing out the mistakes in this book. And I'm usually not this harsh. I'm not really going at people. I don't try to make people like, oh, you were not very smart for reading this, or what. Everyone is entitled to their own thing, and they like what they like. And you should like this book, if you do like it. But I have to be critical about this, so forgive me if I'm a little bit hard. And if you feel like I'm wrong and this book was amazing and this book was better and this and this and this, please let's have a conversation, civilized conversation in the comments. You know, where you can talk. And believe me, I will reply to everything. So if you feel like, no, you actually oversaw something or you didn't focus on something, let's talk about it. Because I'm very interested. Because all I saw was very positive reviews, and I felt like the only one that didn't like it. And I don't want to feel like, oh, because this is successful, I have to be the negative. I don't feel like that. I don't want to be that. And I couldn't really wrap my head around this book. It was just okay from beginning to end, with a very strong premise that really wasn't followed through. Now, like, share, or you know what to do. And if you don't, and keep this, like you want to keep this like a very private thing, like this is your little corner of the internet where you and me can have a conversation, let it be this way, you know? Very few viewers, so it's kind of like a little club. Only cool people are allowed, and you're cool for watching me. Yeah, I gave you validation. Thank you, and have a nice day.